Hi guys, welcome back to World Cup 2026 Extra Time. My name is Steven Rapinowitz. We are on Instagram at WCE Time and World Cup 2026 Extra Time on Facebook and YouTube. All right, so the quarterfinals are now set. We have a day off tomorrow before we get into 3 days of quarterfinals. All right, let's talk about the big story, and that's Argentina, who just provided another banger matchup, beating Egypt 3-2. Another insane match where Argentina was this time looking on death's doorstep. Um, they let up the goal from Yasser Ibrahim in the 15th minute, and then an interesting set of circumstances as Egypt looked like they were going to score pretty much around like the 62nd minute, but uh, a a play pretty much 20 seconds before the goal even happens comes in. A little foul stops the play itself, and it doesn't get reviewed until like a minute after it actually happens when the goal is scored, and that keeps it at 1-0. But then it becomes 2-0 when Mustafa Zico finally scores in the 67th minute. Ibrahim looked like he had scored that second goal pretty much like 6 minutes earlier, but Zico scores in the 67th minute. Everything is all good. The game is over. Argentina is finally going to go out. No, they're not. Romero scores in the 79th minute. They really started again. The hydration break does change everything. It allows tactical changes. And Argentina, who had a huge 2.84 expected goals to Egypt's 0.89, had 4-1 in chances created, almost 4-1 in almost 4-1 in shots. Eventually, you knew something was going to happen, and Argentina wasn't going to go down with the fight. And then it happened. Messi scores again. This time, a powerful half volley into the net. Argentina gets the lifeline that they need. We're back at 2-2. And then here comes another extra time goal. One that almost looked like it should have been stopped via a foul coming in the beginning from Alexis McAllister. That happened about maybe like 10 or 11 seconds after that before the goal from Enzo Fernandez. He heads the ball in. Argentina scores in the 90th plus two, and Egypt obviously goes home. Argentina holds on. Egypt then immediately after the game bemoaned everything that happened in this game, said Egypt was beaten by external factors. They looked better than the reigning champions, and for most of the game they did, but again, 90-minute game. There seemed to be pressures from the Argentina side on this outcome. And it's hilarious to see. Again, they have a point. Obviously, I think the letter of the law means that that first play that wiped away the initial second goal was going to be was a foul. It's a tacky way to do it, deciding 20 seconds before that the foul happened, but it did happen while while Egypt was starting the play to score the goal. Is it so? Letter of the law, it is a foul, but I think what has really been discussed more in this tournament is the implementation of VAR. The fact that VAR gets to kind of look at something way after the fact because maybe a complaint that happened somewhere or something happened, and then all of a sudden there comes something from above. It's like, take a look at this, and then it happens. And think you saw it with the Balogun Red against Bosnia and Herzegovina. You see it here. You see it in other situations. Again, you'd be like, okay, so sure, that the letter of the law is absolutely correct, but FIFA seemingly likes to go letter of the law a lot more. And then the one time they miss something, it ends up being just, oh well, this wasn't done. However, simple thing. That goal, by the way, was the one that made it 3-2, the one with the missed foul that happened before the play was done. However, keep your 2-0 lead for more than 12 minutes, and I will probably be more inclined to be sympathetic to you. Felt the same way with this with the foul that eventually gave Belgium the victory over Senegal in the round of 32. They lost the lead in the 83rd minute up 2-0. Maybe do that and maybe I'll be very happy to be like, hey, you got screwed. Egypt did not get screwed this game. Argentina kind of took it from them and they were the better team overall. So Argentina, no one's repeated since 1962 when Brazil did it. No one has ever repeated outside of home soil, which Argentina still has a chance to do. And they will be the lone South American representative because Switzerland finally, for the first time since 1954, they had lost four out of the last five World Cups in this round of 16. But finally, Switzerland gets the job done. They win a tight game against Colombia. Nobody scores in the entire game. And then eventually 0-0 becomes a shootout victory 4-3. Listen, when you have two teams, and shout out to all of my Swiss in-laws out there who are very excited to see this team finally get themselves into the quarterfinals. When you have two teams that pretty much played the same style this whole entire tournament, and it's worked for Colombia. They won three of their first four, drew the other game. Switzerland, they won three of their first four, they drew the other game. They play pretty much the entirely same tournament. So they come here into a great matchup in Canada. I really like this matchup a lot, the way everything was done. This is scrappy. Obviously, the big misses of this game. Davidson Sanchez clanged his shot across the cross against the crossbar, bounced down onto the goal line, never went over it. Uh, then Switzerland, Mikel, and Akanji immediately misses, even though going all over the bar. But then Kobel gets a huge save on Hernandez, Cucho Hernandez. Gregor Kobel played a excellent game in goal for Switzerland and really was the man of the match for this team. And then Ruben Vargas does end up scoring the winner, and Switzerland becomes the sixth European side to make it to the round of 16. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, the round of eight. So, yeah, once again, even though the Netherlands got out in the round of 16, in the round of 32, Germany got out of the round of 32. UEFA goes 6-0 in this round. They win all of their games that they need to, and now they set up a possibility of having an all Final Four European side. I don't know if that'll happen. We'll preview the games tomorrow. But this game was very close in almost all regards. I think Colombia had more chances and shots, but possession was more for Switzerland. They had more fouls. It was just a really tough game, and Switzerland played the game that they wanted to play and beat Colombia again 4-3 on penalties. So what is next for Switzerland? It's Argentina. Switzerland will be the next team that will try to derail what is now becoming a story among stories. Messi, still the Golden Boot leader with 8. Erling Haaland will play later this week. He has 7. Mbappe has 7. The Golden Boot is still on the line. The record really is still on the line for goals. If Messi got eliminated in this round, Mbappe would probably be the World Cup all-time leader by the end of this World Cup. That's not happening right now, but we'll see what happens. So my plan is tomorrow to give you a preview of all 4 of the quarterfinals that will happen on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 1 on Thursday, 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. And we will talk about it all post-game on Thursday and Friday, and we'll do a post-game on Sunday for the 2 games on Saturday. So Saturday we won't have any content, but we will definitely be talking about all the games, and we will talk about them on Extra Time, World Cup Extra Time. My name is Steve Rabinowitz. We will talk to you tomorrow with a quarterfinal preview.